So you own a rental property, right? Your investment is vacant and you need to find a tenant ASAP. But how do you get your rental property in front of the eyeballs of the masses? Well, today I'm going to share with you how to list your rental property. By doing these steps, you will achieve massive hits online and you might just find your perfect tenant to produce huge returns for many years to come. Welcome to my channel where we together learn to invest, manage, and profit from real estate investing. Smash that like button, and if real estate investing interests you, consider subscribing to my channel and we'll kick it off. Now, before you list your rental property, one important step landlords should take that I want to stress the importance is to make sure that before you list your property, to double check that your rental property is in rent ready condition before you listing it live across all platforms and performing showings. I'm talking fresh, clean, hotel standard, and move-in ready. And if you have questions about that, let me know in the comments below because I have a great rent-ready checklist for you. But for today's video, we're gonna kick it off with how to get started in renting your property. When you're about to list your rental, one of the first things it will ask you is the rental amount. So you'll want to determine the rental rate for your property. Pricing your rental property is an art wrapped up and served with data science. If you are listing your property yourself, you should find your favorite rental analysis platform and you'll learn over time the ones that are the most accurate for your property and the market that you're in. There's nothing more detrimental to the active days on market than an inaccurate starting rental price. Some of the platforms to help you determine an accurate rental rate for your property are going to be platforms like Rentometer, Rent Range, Bigger Pocket Rent Estimator is a good one. Zillow Rent Estimate, or your local property manager are just a few of the many providers out there that are going to be able to provide you some accurate numbers. Just keep in mind that your rental rate is just a suggestion. It's only as good as the data they feed from, whether they produce that themselves or their algorithm. Most of these are going to be paid service providers. For example, Rent Range that I previously mentioned charges about $14 per report. And this is going to be what it looks like, but caution because this isn't the tell-all end-all report and you should definitely do additional research. A solid, quick, free rental analysis you can do yourself is just going to Zillow, checking out your local competition within the neighborhood and adjusting your price accordingly for what your property does have and the condition that it's in. I like to price below the competition and rent it in half the amount of time than say my rental property is amazing and XYZ amount better than that one and overpricing it, which will then end up in a longer vacancy time. Next to your property's overall condition and accurately pricing your rental is effectively showcasing your rental to the masses. Will be vital to leasing your home quickly and for top dollar to quality tenants. There are two parts to properly marketing your rental property, and that's presentation and distribution. Technology has made it ever so easy for anyone to be a pro photographer, and with the simplicity of many of the syndication platforms out there to list your investment property on creates a lot of inventory for prospective renters to choose from. The days of just slapping a few quick photos on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or the local MLS and calling it a day has really come to an end with the competition out there. So the first steps to attracting quality tenants is showcasing your property with quality photos and video. Your photos should showcase the property in its absolute best light. Some techniques I've used and find to be successful and pretty simple to implement for you are going to be using a wide angle lens. A new iPhone will do just fine. You don't need to go out and buy a super expensive camera. These cameras can be very challenging to operate, and a new iPhone or a new phone with a wide angle lens will work just fine. What I think would be super common sense, but have learned and seen this mistake made more times than I'd like to share while doing training, is that you want to make sure that you take your photos the sandwich and not the hot dog. And what I mean by this is horizontal and not vertical. The more important thing with photos is going to be lighting. This is very crucial. Make sure that the electricity is on and all turned on throughout the property before you start shooting. We've heard mixed reviews on whether or not to keep the blinds opened or closed. I just want to showcase as much natural light as possible in my rentals, so our managers are keeping the blinds open during the shoots, and we have them edited in post-production to make them look crystal clear and very beautiful. Virtual tours also nowadays are very important to help showcase your rental property to prospective renters prior to them actually touring. They can view that video, as well as it will weed out anyone that might want to see it in person, but a video tour would do just fine. Lastly, distribute your rental property out to the masses. You want as many eyeballs on your property as possible, and to do that, you need to syndicate your property out to the most amount of online multiple listing service platforms where most renters are looking. Meaning you want to see it on Zillow, Apartments.com, Realtor.com, Zumper, Trulia, Lovely, and any other platform you're able to manage without spending an arm and a leg and able to keep up with inquiries. Listing your rental across multiple platforms can be challenging to manage on your own without a property management software and the systems in place. So if you want the least amount of work, I always recommend hiring a property manager. But there are also a lot of different landlord-friendly softwares like Avail, Zillow Rent Manager, Apartments.com, Rental Manager, formerly Cozy. However, each one has their limitations on the platforms that they syndicate out to, obviously. But if you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in today. I would love to know what real estate investors are using out there when it comes to self-managing your investment property. And if you do use a property management company or a property manager, let me know in the comments below what you love about having one or not. To recap quick how to list your rental property: Step 1, determine your rental rate. Step 2, display your rental in the best light with quality photos and video. Step 3, distribute your rental property across the top rental listing sites. Thanks for tuning in today, and until next time, cheers.